Okay. Hello everyone, and thank you for being with us today. I want to thank these wonderful leaders in our community for joining us, Vince Cox, Winnie Foster, and Matthew Weidner. We're here today to talk about the people of Pinellas County and to talk about who has stood up for them and who has failed to do so. Congressional District 13 residents need a leader who will stand up for them, someone who knows they're on their side, not the side of the special interests. Big energy companies like Duke Energy continue to rip off Florida's working families, overbilling consumers by millions of dollars. Working Floridians are struggling enough to make ends meet without greedy utility companies swindling them month after month. David Jolly took thousands of dollars in campaign contributions from Duke Energy and has stood by silently while they overcharge consumers. David Jolly is comfortable with being in the pocket of Duke Energy. This is why he hasn't spoken up for consumers. His silence in the face of such an outrage is alarming. Charlie Crist, on the other hand, has a history of looking out for and protecting Floridians. As Attorney General and Governor, Charlie stood strong against big utility companies and fought to keep rates low for Florida's families. Charlie focused on clean, renewable energy during his time in office as governor and since then. No wonder Duke Energy has given money to his opponent in this race. Charlie is also a champion for Social Security and is committed to protecting the program. His opponent, on the other hand, has advocated for privatizing Social Security, placing the program in the hands of private Wall Street investors. Charlie has been standing up for us throughout his career. We can count on him to stand up for Congressional District 13, our whole county, and our national interest in DC 2. And now I'd like to turn it over to Matthew Weidner, a consumer protection lawyer in St. Petersburg. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Matt Weidner. As Dwight Dudley said, I'm a consumer rights attorney. That means I make my living supporting the rights of consumers all across this state, particularly here in our district. Republicans, Democrats, independents, it doesn't matter. I'm in the business of supporting and defending consumers. I'm here today to urge everyone to stand up against the outright improprieties that are occurring in our government by corporations like Duke Energy. Before I came here today, I pulled my power bill, and I encourage every one of you to do the same thing. Pull your power bill and recognize that every single month when you make your energy payment to a company like Duke Energy, what you're doing is supporting the improper activities of Duke Energy, who are making campaign contributions to people like Dwight, to Duke Energy, who are making campaign contributions to people like David Jolly, who are then using it to support anti-consumer activities. Duke Energy is writing campaign contributions to David Jolly, and they're using that money to support anti-consumer legislation and anti-consumer amendments like Amendment 1. I'm a father of 2 children, and every single voter out there, whether you're a Republican, and I'm glad to know that the Republicans here with us that are here to observe, but they're listening to the message. If you've got children, if you care about the future of this state, you'll vote for people like Charlie Crist. You'll vote against people like David Jolly and against Marco Rubio, because they're out there attacking families. They're out there and they're attacking consumers. They're out there and proposing and supporting anti-consumer legislation that does nothing but harm all of us. I encourage you to go to those sites, Open Secrets and other campaign contribution websites, and see where the money that you are paying these power companies every single month is going. It's going to fund anti-consumer activities that only hurt every single one of us all across the state. They're hurting us now, and they're going to hurt us into the future. At this point in time, I now want to introduce Vince Cox, who's going to come but give you another consumer perspective on things. Vince?
Hello, my name is Vince Cox. I'm a small business manager in Pinellas County, and I'm happy to be here today to talk about these issues that are so important to working families and seniors. This is unconscionable. Duke Energy, right across the street from here, is ripping off families, and Representative Jolly is letting them get away with it. I'm a Duke ratepayer, just like everyone standing up here today. Thousands of Floridians like myself are being swindled out of their hard-earned money by Duke Energy. With such a horrendous rip-off happening, you would expect our elected official to step in and help, to at least say something to try and to protect his constituents. But Jolly has been silent the entire time. That's because his true constituents are special interests. Jolly isn't working for people like you and me. He's a Washington insider whose loyalty lies with big corporate donors like Duke Energy, and with private hedge funds and investment companies who want him to privatize Social Security. For crying out loud, I turn 65 next year. And it very much irritates me that this man has a chance to represent us in Washington and take hard-earned money that we've saved for years for this. It's wrong. Social Security privatization, like what Jolly is advocating for, would threaten the benefits that seniors and disabled rely on. In complete contrast, the Washington insider, David Jolly, is charting course. He spent his entire career fighting for the people of Florida against these special interests. Americans across party lines want Social Security to be protected. They believe the program should be expanded, not cut. Charlie Crist stands with the people when it comes to Social Security, not Wall Street or special interests. Now I'd like to introduce the unstoppable Winnie Foster.
Winnie Foster. Traffic noise. Can I get closer to this mic so people can hear me? I've been an activist in South St. Petersburg since 1970, and I think if my arithmetic is right, that's 46 years. I know all the struggles that people have gone through to try to get representation, a more progressive government, and that's still going on. We had to struggle 80 years ago to get Social Security, and we had to fight for it. It wasn't given to us easily. Citizen action had to take place. And that's what we need now today, is citizen action against David Jolly and his friends who Duke Energy, and we all know how they have recently polluted our waterways. Well, Jolly says we need to protect our waterways. Talk to Duke about letting their coal ash flow out into public waterways and other things. We're on the cusp of great changes with global warming. And I know I see our young Republican friend there with a little smile, and I want to speak directly to your heart. If you have children, grandchildren, or if you care about the children of this world, you need to help us do something, like keeping fossil fuels in the ground, getting solar, which Duke refuses to do. They do it other places, but not here, because we still have to pay off in our rates the debt that they accrued by making mistakes in their strategy plans. So we need your help. We need all people to pitch in and make changes that are going to be able to help us all live on this planet for as long as we can. But the time is short, friends. The time is short. And so I hope we can make all kinds of coalitions of the consumer issues, all the community issues, because I want to share from my heart how, although I'm 89 years old, I'm determined to live as long as I can because there's still so much work to do. And we need every citizen in this country to pitch in and help with that survival work that we have to do. So I want to thank you all for being here, and I want you to get in touch with me and let's talk about what your part is going to be in saving our society, our democracy, which is at stake now. We don't want to hand it all over to Duke, and we don't want to hand it over to Wall Street. We've learned our lessons. They made us pay for Wall Street's, we're still paying for Wall Street's mistakes. Let's not make big mistakes again. Thank you.
Thank you, Winnie. Let me know if you want to do any one-on-ones or if you need anything else.
I'd like to speak with Mr. Widener one-on-one.
Okay.
Not much of a
We can if you want.